Hi Isla community, thank you so much for joining me for this video which is designed to help improve your stability and balance. There are many different options and I'm not going to assume age or ability when it comes to this video. There are some of you that may just want to be trying to improve your strength and your balance for everyday life. There might be some of you that are recovering from a sports injury or have weak ankles and want to use the video for those kind of purposes. So it really is for everybody. A couple of options right from the get-go. So first off, I have a chair here. So for those of you that do feel that you are really unstable, or for some of the more challenging options, having a touch point, so a chair or a wall, is really quite useful. You'll notice that I'm doing this in bare feet. You can do this if you've got any orthopedic problems or if you just feel more stable in trainers, then you can do that. And your feet don't have to be bare. The benefit of doing the exercises with bare feet is that you have to use the muscles in your feet more, and that will help with balance, and it helps with proprioception, which in the nerve endings in your feet help with your balance and stability. So again, barefoot is advantageous, but for many of you there may be reasons why you might want to wear trainers and shoes. Also, I've got quite a thick mat here. I'm on a hard surface which is going to make the movement and the moves easier. Now for those of you that want a little bit more challenge, if you do the moves on a soft spongy surface, so maybe a thicker mat, that's going to give you more challenge. I prefer to go without the extra challenge, but I just want you to see that you could actually use a mat or maybe carpet. If you've got deep carpet, will just make the whole thing a little bit more challenging. So I'll leave that for you to decide whether that's something that you'd like to do or not. So the first thing we're going to do is make sure that you're ready, set up for the program. So if you need to press pause and make some adaptations right now, please do. And then I want you to feel and just be aware of finding your centre of balance. So for some of you it might be just using 1 or 2 touch points. And you're just rocking back and forth. So when it comes to instability and when it comes to falls, there's something that occurs at the ankle called dorsiflexion, which is this move. So if you go to fall backwards, what will happen is your body will automatically just plant the toes to help stop doing that. So if you're mobile, if your ankles are very stiff and not very mobile, that will limit your ability to recover from a fall back. So the more movement you can get around your ankles, it's a really great thing to do. And I'm just going to warm your feet and ankles anyway. So we're just trying to find your centre of balance, and for some of you this may be just what you take from the video today, which is just a gentle rocking from side to side and back and forth. And already, particularly if you're in bare feet, you'll feel your feet working really hard just to stabilise. If you are going to go backwards, just please be careful. Maybe make sure that you're in front of a sofa or a chair, so if you do fall and you can't recover, then be safe. So now I'd like you to come into your touch point if you need to. And I'm just going to weight bear onto one leg. And I'm just going to do heel and toe taps. So already, there's a bit of weight bearing, a little bit of stability work, and I'm just trying to get as much movement around the ankle as I can. Now for those of you that need more challenge, you'll be doing this on your spongy surface. And then for those of you that need more challenge, you'll be doing that with the arms above the head, and that makes that quite hard. If it looks like I'm wobbling, I am. It is a really hard thing to do. So just by putting those little extra adaptations in, and that will help you progress as well. Some of you might stay here, keep coming back to the video, and when this feels easy, you might try to do that without a balance point. Let's just give the leg a bit of a break, and we'll change. I keep moving my chair from side to side. You guys, I probably don't need to tell you this, but you don't need to keep doing that. You can just change direction, that's fine. So right here, just going to get that little bit of movement around the ankle. Breathing deeply, Take the air down to the base of the lungs. If you can get used to pulling your tummy in a little, then that connects to your core, which helps with stability. So my harder version, I'm going to take away the balance point. And then harder, I'm going to take the arms overhead. And then I release. So now, just a little bit of leg work or strength work incorporated. So I'm going to come into a little bend through the knees and then hold. So for some of you, you might be holding onto the chair just for a bit of support. And again, the more strength we can get in the legs and the more mobility you can get in your ankles and your knees, then the more that's going to help with balance. So for some of you, it will be right here. Others, you'll be able to take away the support. Some of you will be able to come onto your toes. So right here, I bend the knees, come up onto the toes. How deep do you go? Because I'm being really conservative with this, but some of you will be right here. So those of you that are advanced and that are doing this maybe for sports benefit, maybe you're just trying to strengthen weak ankles anyway. If you've got no knee or back problems, you can come into a full squat and then a lift. So can you see how far you can progress the exercises? So there's always room for just that little bit of improvement there. Two more, whichever version you're doing. Some of you here, last one. And release. Well done. So I'm going to take the pressure off the ankles and I'm going to do some movement with the upper body, and you'll still have to work really hard to stabilise. So I'm going to reach the arms from side to side, which sounds really easy, but what I want you to do is just to not let your pelvis move at all. So imagine someone has got the hands on your hips. I'm not even going to go there. And they're securing your pelvis. So I want you to pull your tummy in a little bit, and you're going to reach from side to side. So again, for some of you, you might just want to reach one side and then change. Others, you'll feel comfortable. And then if you feel good with that, start to go a little bit deeper, but your back shouldn't feel uncomfortable at all. Keep the tummy drawn in. Now those of you that again need a little bit more challenge, you're going to do that on your toes, and that is massively hard work for stability. You keep the tummy pulled in, so that's going to get your glutes firing too. And we'll just go for 4, 3, 2, and release. Well done. So now, using the balance point, I'm going to try and just step one foot in front of the other. And again, then I reverse that, take the foot back. So I take one foot forward, and then back. So I could take the hand away. Now having the hand on the hips, bringing the hands in, is taking away a balance point. So doing that with your arms out. Think about walking a tightrope. Very few of them do it with the hands by the side. Yeah, so taking the arms out will make that a little bit easier. And then if you really wanted to make that harder, you would take the arms overhead. So now I'm going to get you to come to a pause with one foot in front of the other. So it may be that you just hold. Harder, you're going to take the hands away. Progression, you take the hand back but close your eyes. Progression, take the hands away. And that should be, I'm finding that massively difficult myself, and you'll feel going to open my eyes while I talk to you. You'll feel, when I talked at the beginning about proprioception, so you'll feel the muscles and the nerves at the bottom of your feet adjusting to keep you balanced. Come out of that. I'm going to just do a little release. Now take the opposite leg forward. So again, just find your centre of balance. And then you can take the hand away. Progression, the hand goes back but you close the eyes. Progression, take the hands away. That's really hard. I haven't done that for a while. And we hold, whoops, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. You're surprised at how hard that is. Going to do just one more challenge. So I'm going to use the chair for balance, and I'm going to tap front, side and back, front, side and back. And I could make that harder by taking the hands away. I could make that harder by bending my knee and tracing a semicircle on the floor, and then I could make that harder by taking the hands away. For some of you, your ankles and your legs and your knees will be getting really, really tired. So I'll make this your last one. And then we change. So we're going to tap front, side and back, front, side and back. So you could do that without the balance point. Harder, circling just above the floor. Harder, we take the hands away. Last one. Great job. So finally, and this one is really quite hard. So again, I'm going to just, if you just think of the dial on a clock, so I'm just going to step forward to 12, to 3, and to 6. And then I go 12, 3, and 6. That's 9, isn't it? So 12, 9, and 6. Now if I wanted to make that harder, I would lose the support. I would use the hands to counterbalance. So I'm just placing a little bit of weight and then change. Advanced practitioners. So I take away the hands so there's no counterbalance. One more time. And release. Loosen off around the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. And breathe out. One more time. Deep breath in. And breathe out. Thank you for joining me for my basic balance and stability challenge. Again, you might just want to watch the video and just pull one thing out that you want to work on, and you might want to just take that one thing and see how far you can progress it. Practice every day. Or you might like to do the whole routine in its entirety. Whichever way I really hope you enjoy and that you feel some development with your balance and stability.